Hi everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel and welcome to my discussion and thoughts on episode 2 of Moon Knight. So let's get into it. Okay, Summon the Suit, that is the title for this episode. And this episode picks up pretty much where the last one left off. After the events, only Stephen Grant is back at home in bed. Mark Spector has taken him back home basically, and he wakes up after the events. Obviously he thinks he's going somewhat crazy because of what's happened. He returns to the museum and there's a police investigation going on. Yeah, because the toilets have been wrecked. He confesses to the security guard that, you know, he may know something about it. So they take a look at the CCTV together and you see Stephen Grant ducking and diving behind things, scared and all this sort of thing. He runs off into the bathroom. He's expecting to see dogs on the CCTV. That doesn't happen, you know, the Egyptian type of dog things. It's just him. And when he comes out of the bathroom and looks at the camera, he looks at it as Mark Spector. He knows, Stephen Grant looking at the camera knows that it's not him who stepped out of the bathroom. So anyway, this leads to him losing his job at the museum. They don't press charges or anything like this. Yeah, so he's lost his job. He goes to the warehouse where the key that he found unlocks a sort of safe room where Mark Spector would have been hiding out, so to speak, like a hiding room for him, a safe room with a bed, a bag of cash, money, a passport in the name of Mark Spector, a gun, and all this sort of stuff going on. Mark Spector turns up in the sort of reflection of the walls in there and wants to take over the body, but Stephen Grant doesn't allow this, and thusly he legs it, being chased by Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon, and he runs out into the street only to be picked up by who turns out to be Mark Spector's wife. And they go back to Stephen's place and she doesn't know what's going on with him and this sort of a thing. She knows that he's taken on another persona, so to speak, but he thinks it's all a sort of act and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so this episode, it then delves into Ethan Hawke meeting up with Stephen Grant and this sort of a thing. Moon Knight does make an appearance towards the end. You see Moon Knight in the suit that he's in more recently in the comics, the white sort of buttoned up tied suit, and then the proper Moon Knight comes out and blah blah blah. So anyway, so this episode or this series, let me talk about my thoughts after running down that. I fell asleep during this episode. I fell asleep towards the end. I started thinking that 56 minutes for this episode is overly long. I'll be honest with you, I've never had this with a Marvel series before. Now, I'm not saying that it is badly made, badly directed, or anything along those sort of lines, or badly acted, with the exception of Mark Spector's, or Oscar Isaac's English accent, which is just god-awful. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. The problem is this is a one-man show. This program is a one-man show at the moment. It's literally just Oscar Isaac as this character finding stuff out, and yeah, Ethan Hawke plays a small part in it, nothing major. The introduction of the wife, it's just, it feels like there's no other character really in the show beyond Stephen Grant at this stage. You know, even the alter ego of Mark Spector is minimal within it. It's just Stephen Grant running around, and this is getting a bit tiresome now in episode 2. It needs to open. It needs more characters. It needs characters for him to play off of. It needs characters for him to interesting characters for him to interact with. This feels completely different than anything that Marvel has done before. And like I said, this is in the last my last review. This is Marvel's first foray into a brand new character on Disney Plus. All the other series that have come before, they're all characters that you know, that you have familiarity with through the MCU itself. This is the first major individual brand new character. And I think, honestly, that the focus of the show is too much on him. It really is. Not only that, but, you know, other people have said this, and I said it in my first review after watching. There's such a Venom vibe from the Khonshu voice and the way he acts. It's just Venom. It looks like they've just said, yeah, we'll do that. You know, look what Sony done with Venom. We're going to do exactly that. Because that's how this Khonshu spirit is coming across, the voice of Khonshu. You know, crushes windpipe. And it's stuff that Venom would say. Yeah, it's... Oh, I don't know. It's frustrating in that sense. Obviously, I'm going to continue with it because I love Marvel stuff. I really do. So... I just think, I said that the first episode ran too long. This episode feels like it ran too long. I believe this whole episode could have been trimmed by 10 minutes. You could have had 10, 15 minutes easily trimmed off of this, and you would have got the exact same, but it would have passed by somewhat better. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on this. It's a well-produced, well-made show. I'll give it that. But at the moment, it's lacking something, and I hope that comes about in the next episode. Come back to find out next week, or maybe not. I don't know if I'll be able to. Yeah, I should be able to do next week's one. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying I might not be in a position where I can do it. Hopefully I am. But anyway, this is AJ. Thank you for watching. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. Leave me your thoughts on it yourself. What do you think about what I've said about this episode? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down below. Or do you agree? Anyway, it's AJ. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care all and goodbye.